Good morning, students. In today's video, we are going to continue lesson number 10, Disaster Management. This will be part 2, Science, Standard 7th. We understand that there are different types of disaster. Now, we are going to understand the reasons behind the lightning strike and the after effects of lightning strikes. We will also study about volcanoes, earthquakes, and tsunamis. When it rains during the night, you may have seen lightning. However, not all lightning strikes the ground. 95% of the lightning just happens in the sky. Only about 5% of the lightning strikes the earth's surface. Lightning can be formed in one cloud only, in between two clouds, or between a cloud or a ground. You will be surprised to know that temperature at the time of the lightning strike is more than the temperature of the sun. The excessively high temperature creates a situation where the air expands at a high temperature and suddenly result into a thunderstorm. Globally, there are many fatalities that has caused due to the lightning strike. However, the survivors has shown long-term effects of the lightning strikes. During the time of the lightning strike, it is risky to be out in the open ground, or under a tree, or near a tall structure, or near any water body. The chances of getting struck by the lightning are high near open ground or near a tree or near a water body. It is safest to be indoors. If you are outside, do not stand near any electricity pole, telephone pole, or towers. Stay away from metal and wire fencing as metal attracts electricity. If you are riding a two-wheeler, a bicycle, or a tractor, you should park the vehicles, get out, and move to a safe location. Do not stand in a group and keep a distance of at least 15 feet between two persons. Also avoid using electrical appliances, mobile phone and television screens. Keep a piece of dry wood, plastic or dry leaves under your feet. While sitting down on the floor, keep both knees together while placing your hands on the knees. Swimmers and fishermen should come out of the water body immediately. A lightning conductor should be installed on a tall structure in the area around your house or on the roof of your house. Volcanic eruption is another type of natural phenomenon. Due to the immense heat inside the Earth's interior, solid, liquid and gaseous substances are pushed towards the Earth crust. When this process reaches to the Earth's crust and starts to flow out on the surface of the crust, it is called a volcano. At the time of the eruption, when the liquid parts of the volcano comes near the earth and starts to flow, it is called as molten rock, or it is also called as lava. During a volcanic eruption, the molten rock or lava, hot mud, sulfur and other substances are thrown out of the earth's interior and they accumulate on the surface of the earth. These substances cool down to form hills and hillocks. The volcanic ash and gases which are thrown out during the eruption pollutes the air in the area. The immense heat in the volcanic eruption causes rain. Jungles and hills gets buried under the hot ashes and lava. Volcanic eruption occurs in the oceans as well. Molten substances and the ashes which are thrown out during the volcanic eruptions under the ocean results in the formation of islands. Volcanic eruption is a natural phenomenon and humans do not have any control over it. But by studying seismic activities and patterns, it is possible to predict the volcanic activities and hence they can be managed. Volcanic eruptions and earthquakes occurs in the ocean beds too. When an earthquake occurs at the ocean beds, the energy released pushes the amount of water in the upward direction, resulting in the formation of a massive wave. These waves are not very high at the point where they originate, but after that they start to move rapidly. At this point, the waves moves at the speed ranging between 800 to 900 km. On reaching the shoreline, these waves slow down and their height increases tremendously. That is, they are more than 100 feet. Such waves, which are formed as a result of earthquakes occurring on the ocean floor or due to the eruptions of undersea volcanoes, are called as tsunami. The word tsunami is a Japanese word which means a massive wave which hits the shore. On 25th December 2004, the eastern shoreline of the India was hit by a series of tsunami. These waves, which are generated by seismic activity, whose epicenter was located in the western coast of Sumatra and Indonesia. An earthquake measuring 9.1 and 9.3 is recorded in the Richter scale, which generated a series of enormous waves measuring 30 meters in height. This was the strongest third earthquake recorded so far. Tsunami causes economic loss and loss of human lives. Buildings and infrastructure get destroyed. Ships and boats along the coast get destroyed. Trees get uprooted and landslides occurs on a large scale. Tsunami changes the original coastal land and becomes smashy. Tsunami obstructs traffic and life is destroyed. Tsunami is a phenomenon which is caused by the geological changes and hence it is not avoidable. However, once the tsunami occurs, it is important to alert the people who are living along the coastline. Artificial ground satellites are used for this purpose. Storms too are natural phenomenon. Last year we have already learned that how the storms are formed. If you ever get stuck in the storm, take care of the following. Regularly prune trees which are close to buildings to avoid damage during a storm. Let your family and friends know about the location during a storm. If you are out on your own, select a place which is safe and take refuge. Switch off the gas regulator and the mains of electricity supply. Alert your family and friends about the potential threat and instruct them to move to a safer place. Give shelter to those people who are far away from their home. There are many national and international organizations which help people to deal with such disasters. In 1965, the United Nations has established an organization called UNDP. The main work of the organization is to provide help with the equipments and the materials, financial support and the volunteers at the time of disasters. It also provides medical team and other experts group. In this lesson, we have seen the different types of disasters. We have also seen that what should be our role during such situations. By learning about disaster, you can help people during the time of crisis.